What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Hustle and Heat podcast. My name is George from Dubs Barbecue, and today I'd like to welcome a very special guest. Without further ado, I'd like to welcome the Northport Police Department Chief, Todd Garrison. Todd, welcome to the podcast. I appreciate you coming on.
Good morning.
Good morning,
Thank you for having me. It's an honor to be here.
Thank you for coming. Tell us about Todd Garrison.
Well, I've been in law enforcement now going on 34 years. I've actually been in this uniform for 40 years. I started at the age of 14 as a police explorer, and I've been doing this ever since. I'm third generation law enforcement officer. My family bloodline runs blue. Everybody in my family's been a law enforcement officer. My dad was a cop for 50 years. I'm a proud father of 3 beautiful daughters, and this is me.
It's all you know, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, I feel the same way with the restaurant. I started when I was 12. That's all I know. As far as law enforcement, did you feel like pressure to be an officer growing up because of your bloodline being all blue?
No, it was honestly a natural thing. It was. I always say I was born into this. I mean, I've never wanted to do anything else other than to be a cop. Being a kid, growing up, playing cops and robbers in the neighborhood, I was always the cop. Everybody else was the robber, So as early as I can remember, 3 years old on, this is what I wanted to do. Never felt the pressure. My dad never said, hey, this is what you need to do. But it's an honorable profession, and I think I saw that growing up, that it's something to be proud of. So it came natural.
You're approaching 8 years as the chief of Northport. In those 8 years, you've done so much to grow the police department. What are some of the accomplishments you've been most proud of?
Well, I have to say that I'm proud of the men and women that wear this uniform and service the city. That's what I'm most proud of. I'm proud of the fact that we've been able to bring technology into the level that we have it at right now, especially with our real-time crime center, our license plate readers and stuff like that. We are really providing a blanket of protection throughout the city that I don't think a lot of the citizens realize. But I'm really proud of that, because we've really come, ahead of a lot of other agencies with our technology.
So as far as the technology goes, would you like to elaborate on that?
Well, we implemented a real-time information center. Some people call it a real-time crime center, but it's a focal point of technology where we have staff working in there with computers and access to cameras and information that's flowing real time when stuff is happening. To where in the past, a crime would occur, information would be sent to the detective bureau, it'd be followed up on, 3 or 4 days later. Now we have stuff that's developing instantaneously as crimes are occurring. And we've put a lot of people in jail and captured a lot of people just because we have people paying attention and having access to real-time information.
Your leadership made such a positive impact on the city of Northport, as well as within the law enforcement industry, that Governor DeSantis took notice of and appointed you to the Criminal Justice Standards and Training Commission. This is an opportunity very few people have had the honor to be a part of. Can you tell me some of the important responsibilities that this position comes with?
It's a huge responsibility. I'm honored that the governor had the faith in me to appoint me to this position. And I don't take that lightly. It's a commission that oversees the training and certification of all law enforcement within the state of Florida. So we set the standards. In addition to that, we also review all the disciplinary cases throughout the state, and those cases go in front of the commission. And I don't take that lightly, because we have the ability of revoking people's certifications and never allowing them to serve as law enforcement officers. And like I said, this runs in my family, and it's something I want to protect, and that's the best way to protect it is by keeping the profession honest and getting the bad apples out. And I think through the commission, we set those standards, and we take appropriate action when necessary.
When it comes to those standards, what is your main number one rule for standards in that aspect?
Well, it's the Criminal Justice Standards Commission. It's all the requirements that you have to be a law enforcement officer, a probation officer, a correction officer. So those standards are set, and we merely make sure that they're adhered to. But honesty and integrity are paramount in this profession. If you don't have that, you don't deserve to wear the badge.
Understood. What are some of the other organizations you are affiliated with that you represent the city of Northport through?
Well, I'm affiliated in a lot of organizations, but I believe it's important to be involved in this profession, and I think it's important also to be involved outside the scope of the city. So I'm the vice president of the Tampa Bay Area Chiefs of Police, which encompasses this area as well. Next year, I will become the president of that association. I'm also a director with the Florida Police Chiefs Association, which I sit on the board for the entire state of police chiefs. I'm a member of the Southwest Florida Police Chiefs, which is mainly here south all the way down to Marco. So it's important, to be involved in this profession. This profession is changing daily, and being involved in those networks, I think, is what keeps us current, keeps us relevant, and keeps us moving forward.
You say this profession changes daily. When you started to now, what's the biggest change you've seen?
Technology. I would have to say technology. When I started, we didn't have computers in the cars. When you got dispatched to a call, you had to pull over, write it down on a piece of paper, and go to your call. When you get there, you take out a notepad and you do your report on handwritten report. But now everything's technology based. You have GPS in the cars, you have GPS on the radios, you have computers to do your reports, you have cameras, in-car cameras, you have body cameras. None of that existed when I was a patrol officer, a patrol deputy. So technology has definitely changed this profession, and I think for the better. I think, as you see in a lot of the body cam footage throughout this nation, it does capture some bad cops, but I think it also captures a lot of good cops doing great things.
I agree. I think it's a shame that we see more bad things than good things, because bad's always brought to light, but the good actions are not brought to light as much as the bad are.
Yep.
As far as your career, what are some of your future goals for the Northport Police Department? How can we business owners help you achieve these goals?
Well, the biggest thing that we need is a new police station, as you know, and it did fail the referendum, but it does not negate the fact of the need. When I stood in front of the commission, I said, this is a need, not a want. It truly is a need. We are completely out of space at the police station. We have people working in closets, and it just does not create an environment that is healthy for your workforce. And as chief, it's difficult sometimes to keep morale up when you have people working in positions or in situations that are not ideal. So, that's our biggest elephant in the room is what are we going to do to help create new space if we don't get a new station? there's not another piece of real estate within our four walls that we can convert to office space. You know, and I know you have a lot of people in this community that will say, oh, why does the police department need extra space? They should be out on the streets patrolling. You know, the patrol officer in the black and white is just one component of the police department. You have a lot of support services and detectives and dispatch and records and property and evidence and crime scene and your analyst and the real-time crime center. You have all that are behind the scenes that people don't see. So yes, we have a patrol component that is out on the road that people see. It's most visible of the police department. But there's a huge segment of the police department that the public doesn't see. But they're there when, you know, you call and you need help, because they're the ones picking up the phone. They're the ones processing the crime scene. They're the ones that are holding the evidence. So there's a lot to this organization that people don't see. And I just think that people are unaware of how a police department operates.
How can we help make them aware?
You know, I think the biggest thing is getting the voice out and getting the message out. I know we tried that before the vote, but there's still a lot of people that don't understand yet. And maybe through the business owners, we can help promote that voice, that need, of why we want it. It's not that, you know, Todd Garrison wants a shiny new toy. It's not that at all. You know, I started this journey on day one when I walked into this police department almost 8 years ago, was the need for a police station. Almost 8 years ago. We'll be coming up onto a decade with the same need there, and our agency has grown even more since day one that I've been here. I've always said that I'd probably never stay one night or one day in my office of the new office that's being built, and I mean that. I'm not doing this for me. I'm doing this for the future. I'm doing this for the generations behind me. And I think that's what's most important, what people need to realize. This is not a shiny new toy for us right now. This is about the men and women that are serving this city and that need this space, that need the area to train and do their jobs. It's about the generations behind me. I'll be long gone.
So, Northport is a growing city, and we continue to gain population in this city. With the limitations on the police station size, do you see like the station being unusable at a certain point? Is there?
Oh, I think absolutely. I mean, the building itself has a lot of challenges, and the spaces that are there are definitely overgrown. So the need for a different building in order for these guys to do their jobs is definitely there. So this building could be repurposed to other city departments. You know, City Hall itself is starting to explode, so they need space. So, I mean, yeah, the building could be repurposed.
So with the vote not passing, what are the next steps for a possible new station?
So that's really going to depend with the commission and the city manager and how they can readdress these needs. They know the needs there. So basically the ball's going to be in their court on how to proceed. You know, they'll have to give direction to the city manager and how to move forward. But the need's not going away. It's only going to get worse.
So is there anything else that you would like people to know about you?
Well, that's a loaded question.
That is a loaded question, but hey, it could open a big door.
I love music. I played the trumpet.
You played the trumpet?
Yeah.
You still do? You should have brought it with you.
It's kind of a little joke going on right now.
You should have brought it with
because
you, man.
I have not played the trumpet in like 20 some years, and I recently bought a new trumpet, and it came in the mail the other day, and I took it out and started blowing into it, and my wife didn't really realize that I played the trumpet, so she took a little snap of it and she sent it out to a bunch of people. And It became a little joke there for a while, but yeah, I'm trying to get back into it. I love music, and I miss doing some of that, and
Yeah.
I'm trying to get back into that.
What is it about music and the trumpet that really grinds your gears?
It's not necessarily just the trumpet. It's music in its entirety. It's music moves me, so I just love to listen to music. I get into all genres of music. Like it would surprise you some of the stuff that I do listen to, but I love music, so it's something that brings me back to center a lot. And in this job where it's very, I guess, stressful at times, being in management, as you know, the demands that are there are real. And I think music is my center point that brings me back down to a calm, to a center.
Do you enjoy like the lyrics, or do you enjoy like the instruments, like the?
Both. I do listen to the melody and the music and all that. That's I think what moves me. But I do listen to the lyrics. If the lyrics aren't there, then the song's out for me, really. But,
No, I understand.
It's really all of it together, and like I said, it's all genres, and it's depending on what type of mood I'm in.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I'm sitting out back smoking a cigar and drinking a bourbon, and I'm probably listening to some blues and some jazz, something that's along those lines.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoy the instruments very much, like the melodies and stuff like that, as well as the lyrics. But I feel like a lot of people nowadays just listen to the way like music sounds more than like whatever. Like I feel like music has changed a lot from like when you were probably growing up till now, because I listen to like a lot of old school music, and I feel like it's more rich than now. It's just a bunch of like upbeat,
Yep.
meaningless stuff.
And I think we're starting to see even a change in the evolution of music now with AI, right? Like AI is coming out with music that is pretty good, that's being generated by AI, and you don't even know it. You think it's actually someone really singing this stuff. So I think we're going to see an entirely new evolution of music with AI hitting the market.
I never thought about that. I think we will too, actually.
Yep.
That's kind of cool to think about. That's weird. AI is taking over the whole world.
It is.
Just like everything's AI. Now you talk to people like ChatGPT this, ChatGPT that.
Yeah. It is. It's changing. It's. I never would have thought 3 years ago, if you would have asked me about AI, if we'd be using AI in police work, but here we are. AI has been, integrated into the police department, and we're using it in a lot of different components. So it's definitely changing, right? And we're seeing it on the front row.
Yeah. So growing up, did you play any sports?
Yep. I played football all through Little League football and high school. I played baseball, and I played basketball. I sucked at basketball.
At least he's honest.
I sucked at basketball. I tried soccer one time, and there's too much running in soccer, and I've always
That's
been
a
a big
lot of
boy.
running in soccer.
Yeah, soccer was not my sport. So
What was your favorite out of the four?
football, definitely.
Football. What position did you play?
Tackle.
Tackle.
Yep.
Okay. Very
So-
physical.
Yeah. I love football. Yeah. Baseball's kind of boring.
Yeah.
Um,
Very boring.
I kind of have I also work for Major League Baseball, now that I said that, right? So
You work for what?
Major League Baseball. I have a side job for Major League Baseball. I'm actually an authenticator. So I go to Major League stadiums and authenticate memorabilia that the players sign. So that's kind of unique, right?
So you've met a lot of big time players, huh?
Yeah. Yep.
How'd you get into that?
It's about who and a friend of mine asked me if I'd be interested in joining the team, and I said, yeah, I would. So I got involved about 4 years ago doing it.
How often do you go?
So I have to work it around, my day job, right? So we're busy during the spring training times usually because there's all the teams are here, or a lot of the teams are here in Florida, so it requires a lot of time. But because I'm not retired, a lot of the guys that do this are retired, so they have a lot more freedom. So I don't do it a whole lot, but like during spring training time, there's a lot of nights that I'm doing this, or weekends. My entire weekends are tied up doing this, but it's a unique experience. It's behind the scenes. It's very one-on-one with the players, because you have to witness everything signed and autographed in order to authenticate it through Major League Baseball.
So when football's here and it's Sunday, does your wife get upset at you?
My wife never gets upset at me.
Does she watch football with you?
She's not a big football fan, so she knows that I'm going to sit and watch it, and which is good. A lot of people don't know I have a 3.5-year-old daughter. Even at my age, it's
I
my
thought you was
pride and
30.
joy. What's that?
I thought you were 30 years old.
Yeah, right. I'll be 54 this year.
54?
Yeah.
You're still
54.
young.
So that's my pride and joy, and she watches football with me, though. I'm teaching her right.
Yeah.
Go Bucks, she says.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Even when Brady was playing?
Yeah. See, I'm a Michigan man, so University of Michigan Wolverines is my team, and Brady was the quarterback for them.
Oh, that's true.
So
That
I've
is
always
true.
had that attachment to Brady. So even when he was with the Patriots, I used to watch the Patriots because of Brady.
So how did it feel last year when you guys lost the first week of the playoffs?
Listen, I'm a Detroit fan and a Bucks fan, so my entire life, I'm used to rooting losing teams, so it's that's fine.
I was at that game. I'm a Redskins fan.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, I know it's very depressing. I feel the same way as you. But we got a little stroke last year. It was good.
Yeah.
Well, gave us blue balls at the end of the year, but it's all good.
There's always next year.
And my cousin's a Bucks fan, and my older half brother, he's a Bucks fan. And we were all at the game, and it was crazy.
Yeah.
And a few years back, there was a game where we played each other, and the Redskins made like the biggest comeback in like franchise history with Kirk Cousins when he came out with like "You Like That."
Yeah.
We were playing the Bucks, and the whole half, my older brother, he's like cheering, like jumping up and down, and us Redskins fans were like this, and then the other half comes around, and it's the complete opposite. It's like,
That's awesome.
it was a good experience, man.
Yeah.
I feel like going to football games is like a really nice experience.
It is.
And this year I took the time to go to a couple new stadiums. It was nice to do. That was the first time for me.
Is that why you increased the prices?
No, I'm about to do it again though. Shit, the ticket I got in Georgia made me increase the prices.
Yeah, I got a ticket once in Georgia.
Yeah.
Yeah, Warner Robins. Yeah.
Yeah.
Warner Robins, Georgia. I got a speeding ticket.
How much was it?
I don't remember. It was a long time ago.
I paid $700 plus an $80 credit card fee.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
In an 8-hour in-class driving course.
How fast were you going?
92 and a 70.
Wow.
I was literally only driving for 5 minutes.
Don't break 100 here in Florida, man. You'll go to
I know.
jail.
I heard. I mean, I learned my lesson after that. I was like, I'm not doing this again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
That's
learned. After that, my main goal was patience. When I'm driving, be patient.
Listen to music, man. It just brings you down.
That's what I do. That or
What type
podcasts.
of music you listening to?
I listen to Arabic music, just like hip hop, rap. I've never got into jazz or blues like that, but I'm sure I would enjoy it.
How did you get into barbecue? I got to ask that.
I was working for my uncle for like 7 years. Yeah, Wally's Barbecue. So when I was in high school, at 15, I got my first job outside of my dad's place, working in the mall, flipping burgers at Nicky D's.
Okay.
I used to literally leave high school, drive straight to the mall, change in the parking lot, and go to work every day. And then one day my uncle called me, and I think one of his cooks got arrested on the job. He had like a warrant or something. Cops came, picked him up. He's like, I need a cook tonight. Can you come work? I was like, Uncle, I've never worked in like a barbecue restaurant. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. He's like, you'll figure it out. I'm like, all right. So I went in there, and we did 98 heads, just 2 guys, me and 1 guy on the line. And we killed it. We did a good job. I enjoyed it. But it was my first time like being in a restaurant where I was like walking back and forth in a walk-in cooler and going back in the heat. So I got really sick, so I didn't go back for like a couple months. And after that, he called me again. He's like, you want to come work? I was like, all right. So I worked there. I helped him out. I excelled pretty well. I would like cook during season because he needed a lot of help. And then in the off season, I would serve. And I did that for 7 years. In between, I went to college, and in the summer I would go back and help him out so he'd go on vacation or whatever it was that he needed to do. And one day I looked at him. I said, "Let's open a second Wally's." And we looked at 2 locations before this one, and he was like, "If you get this number, we'll do it." And I would get the number he wanted, and he would back out. And then the third time he was like, it's in Northport, just if you want to do it yourself, do it. And I don't think he thought that we were going to do it. So me and my dad did it, and I'm kind of glad we did because I got to like do my own twist on it.
Yeah.
Rather than just like execute what he does, because
Right.
Dubs is better.
Dubs is better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's how I got into barbecue. As far as like the restaurant world, I grew up into it. My dad, growing up in Maryland, he used to open and sell restaurants. He would just open it a year, build the business, sell it, go do another one, and just keep doing that.
Oh, wow.
And I just remember myself like sitting in the dining room, just like doing my homework or drawing or whatever it was that I was doing, and just always being in a restaurant. And when we moved here, he bought the Soup Jungle Cafe, and a bunch of customers would always tell me, you're going to own a restaurant one day, and I never wanted to do it. I didn't think I was ever going to do it. And then when I went to college, I realized how much I hated college and sitting at a desk, and I don't know, just God took me to this journey.
Why did you pick barbecue, though, as opposed to any other type of restaurant?
I don't know. That's just what I knew at the time, and I was comfortable with it. I do enjoy it. It like the charcoal and the smoke resonates a lot to like my culture. Like that's what we do back home.
Yeah.
We like crispy food, like smoky food and stuff like that. And it's just why I did it. I will say that one day I want to own a steakhouse and an Italian restaurant more than I want to own a barbecue place. But right now, this is my journey.
That's awesome. And, we're thirsty for that type of stuff here, especially a good steakhouse. Like, I spent most of my life down in Cape Coral, Lee County area, because that's where I worked and lived. And I see, like, Northport is what Cape Coral was 25 years ago. There was not a whole lot there, but you go down there now, there's everything
a lot
there. And I keep saying that, like in Northport, if you build it, they will come. And this is an example. You started in a smaller footprint, and it just took off, right? Because there wasn't a lot here in Northport, and you became an overnight success to the point where you were able to expand, which I know was a huge leap of faith. I'm sure you had a lot of sleepless nights.
A lot of throwing up at night.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that much.
But it's good that you had the faith and the courage, right? It takes a lot of courage to do what you did.
A lot of risk taken.
Yep.
A lot of leaps of faith.
So I think we should talk about this steakhouse with a cigar bar next to it, right?
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Can we put hookah in there too?
No.
Trying to be classy, huh? We should.
Yeah.
We should. A steakhouse. I mean, the dream has always been to buy like a big piece of land and build 3 restaurants on it.
Nice.
Just put a Dubs, an Italian place, and a steakhouse, and just call it a day.
Yeah.
But I mean, a cigar bar. I love cigars. I enjoy them a lot. I don't do it as much because I have asthma, but
Yeah.
when I want to splurge, I definitely.
I know people say, cigars are bad, but what I find about cigars, it's not about the cigar. It's about sharing time with people. Right?
100%.
And cigars brings everybody together, right? I don't care what you do for a living or what your background is. It brings everybody together on an even playing field. And I can walk into any cigar lounge anywhere and I'm welcomed, whether it's my neighborhood or not, right? And I think it's nice to be able to share those experiences with other human beings and where everything else is around. It doesn't matter what I do for a living, what they do for a living. It's about slowing life down and enjoying the moment.
I agree. I agree with you. Do you always drink when you smoke cigars?
No, I drink coffee most of the time.
With cigars?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
I don't drink a lot of alcohol. I mean,
No.
occasionally, but I'm not a huge drinker at all.
I respect that. It's
So.
probably better that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your favorite cigar?
I would probably say Opus X by Arturo Fuente is probably my favorite. However, they're expensive and it's not really within my budget to partake in them a lot. So I'm Perdomo fan, Oliva, Padron, it's kind of what I stay with.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like my music. My cigars, if you were to see my humidors, because I have several of them, if you were to see them, they're all over the spectrum. I mean, really, I love trying new things. I love trying different things. So, yeah, I'm not one of these, snobs that walks in and, I could only have this. And no, I'm not like that. I like to try different things.
I respect that. Do you golf?
Not well at all. Yeah, I've tried. I got the clubs and the outfit and all that stuff. I suck at it. But it is something, though, honestly, it's something that I want to do. I want to get involved in golfing. I kind of look at it as I'm going to set that up for going into retirement is the golf years. But, yeah, I suck at it.
I feel like golf is the same way as cigars too. Like everybody's welcome,
Yeah,
even if you suck, because I suck.
yeah.
But I mean, I was going every week for a while with some regulars here, and they were like teaching me, and I mean, it's really rewarding, like going out there and just like being able to disconnect for like a few hours and just trying to get better at it. And I don't know, I'm very competitive, so
Yeah.
and just have good conversations, smoke cigars on the course, and
Yeah. I'm not very competitive. I just enjoy the game,
yeah.
But,
We got to smoke a cigar one time
yeah, absolutely.
over a steak.
Yeah, over a steak.
Over a steak. I'll cook the steak. As Joe, I made a mistake one time.
Yeah,
One time for the one time.
it's good. I like doing the cooking.
Yeah, you like cooking?
Oh yeah, I do all the cooking.
What do you like to cook the most?
I cook believe it or not, I like to cook a lot of Latin type food.
Latin?
Yeah, so I like cooking Cuban, Puerto Rican type food. I like cooking Italian. I'm one of these guys that I go on TikTok and I get recipes and stuff like that. And,
You got a TikTok?
And I got a TikTok. I
Shit.
got it all, man. I got it all.
You are young.
Yeah, yeah.
Getting ready for that 3-year-old to grow up, huh?
That's right. Yep. So, I like to just like my music. I like to try different things.
Yeah.
If I see a recipe, I cook it. I make it. So my wife doesn't complain. She enjoys it.
Yeah. Does she cook?
No, I'm not saying that she can't cook.
It's a
I'm just saying
firm no.
she doesn't cook because I like to be in the kitchen.
Well, I want to try a dish one day, man. So let's get together sometime. I appreciate you coming on.
Sounds good, man. Thanks, brother. I appreciate it.
Thank you. And thanks for your continued support. You've been here, coming here since Low Dubs. I've always remembered your crew, and I've always remembered your face too. And I appreciate it. Always been nice and
We appreciate you and your
respectful.
support that you've had for us over the years, and I wish you nothing but great success, my brother.
Same to you, buddy.
Thanks.
Thank you.